The man, police say, drove drunk and caused a crash that ended up killing a toddler, will make another court appearance today. This time, the charges have been upgraded to vehicular homicide.
Prosecutors also want Mariano Salas' bond to go way up. He had paid $5,500 to get out of jail right after the crash. Now prosecutors want him to pay $100,000 in cash. News 13's David Romero joins us live from the Newsplex with the details. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Matt. Well, Salas was initially arrested and booked into jail, then later bonded out. But after the little boy was taken off life support and died, the DA's office decided to step up the charges. Now, 2-year-old Vicente Griego died last Friday after suffering head injuries in the August 25th crash. Detectives say Griego was in the backseat of his parents' car going south on Coors that Saturday morning when Salas plowed into the vehicle from behind, then took off. The criminal complaint also states that Salas' car was going south in the northbound lanes when he struck another vehicle, injuring that driver, and also hit a cop car before coming to a stop. Now, an alcohol breath test at the scene showed Salas' level to be at a .16 or above, which is twice the legal limit for presumed intoxication. Now, we spoke to Vicente's dad, Jonathan Griego, about today's court hearing. He told us he hopes Salas gets punished for what he did and that he deserves to die like his son. Now, we also made a call to Mariano Salas' father about his son's appearance in court today, but he hung up on us. Now, that appearance is scheduled for this afternoon before a Metro Court judge. Back to you.
All right, thank you for the update. David will be in court today and let you know what happened. Vicente Griego, the little boy, was kept alive long enough for doctors to donate his organs to at least 9 other children who needed them. Elizabeth?
The murder trial of a man who fatally beat a woman 2 years ago is expected to begin today. 49-year-old Truett Thomas is charged with first-degree murder in the beating death of 28-year-old Guadalupe Ashford. Forensic experts have linked Thomas to the murder using a sample from a bloody paving stone that police say was used to kill her. Thomas also faces rape and kidnapping charges. The man convicted of running the biggest Ponzi scheme in New Mexico history will learn his fate this morning. There's a lot of controversy over his sentencing. Vaughn's attorneys claim that federal prosecutors are going back on his plea deal, which they say allows Vaughn to voluntarily surrender and enter into an alcohol treatment facility for the first year. Now, his attorney claims prosecutors changed their minds and want to put Vaughn in a traditional federal prison with hardened criminals instead of a minimum security prison camp. We will have more on his sentencing and what he faces in our next half hour.
A follow-up to a story we told you about yesterday morning, and a warning: the picture here is blurry but extremely graphic. State police now admit one of their officers used his personal cell phone to take and pass around a picture of a man another officer had just shot and killed. Now the family of that man, Samuel Pauly, is not very happy.
What if it was your son or your daughter and the police did that to you? How would you feel?
This is what Daniel Pauly is talking about, a picture of his son in his home in Glorieta right after state police shot and killed him in a shootout last October. The state police chief, Robert Schilling, now confirms an officer took that picture of Pauly and passed it around. Our source tells us the officer is Mario Vasquez. The chief will not confirm that, but he did order an internal investigation into that picture.
The buck stops with me. I'm responsible for the day-to-day operation of this agency and the actions of all the personnel employed by this agency. It's unfortunate, and I apologize.
Chief Schilling will not say what will happen to the officer who took the picture, but he is going to change the rules because right now state police don't have a policy that specifically says officers cannot use a personal cell phone to take a picture at a crime scene. Well, more information now about a conference that is going on in Albuquerque this weekend that has some people very concerned. Last night, police had a town hall meeting about the Reform Sex Offender Laws Conference that will be going on at the Ramada Inn near Eubank and I-40. It's supposed to be about 100 people who say they want to change the sex offender registry laws, including making those lists private, not public, and having offenders' names taken off them once they were out of prison. Well, only 7 people went to the meeting last night. You saw the auditorium was empty, and this is what police told them.
We're aware of the individuals who are participating in the conference. You can be assured that the Albuquerque Police Department is on the job.
The group behind this conference says police and neighbors don't have anything to worry about because most of the people who will be here are lawyers, therapists, and advocates, not actual sex offenders.
The Mora County sheriff has been temporarily stripped of his license after getting into an argument with one of his own deputies over a DWI arrest. The Law Enforcement Academy Board has suspended the certification of Sheriff Thomas Garza. Investigators say that last spring, Garza arrived to a scene where one of his deputies was arresting a DWI suspect. They say Sheriff Garza ordered the deputy to let the man go, but the deputy refused. Now take a listen to what happened next.
You don't scare me, okay? You don't scare me. You do not talk to me like that. You don't scare me. You're an idiot. You don't scare me. You know what? This is, you know what? Come on. You know what? Come on.
Garza claims he was just trying to make sure his deputies were following procedure. But the LEA board voted to suspend his state license for 120 days and put him on probation for 1 year. Garza is the only certified deputy in Mora County, and while his license is suspended, he's only going to be allowed to do administrative work. So state police is helping answering calls.